So, and I tell you, Jason, I mean, you certainly have a powerful story. I want to go back to, the first book, for a minute, Faith, Purpose, and Legacy, where you actually, you talked about the Rites of Passage program here. You spoke about, your early, time and kind of learning from entrepreneurs, like Earl Graves, which was also mentioned, in this book. What are some of the things that you pulled, not from other founders, but from other businessmen that you included in here? So like Earl Graves, what were maybe some nuggets and gems that have kind of fed you throughout your career?
So when I worked at Black Enterprise Magazine and being able to see the ability for the publication to highlight the success stories of entrepreneurs and business owners, people of color across the country, globally, succeed, it just geared me towards wanting to become an entrepreneur. And additionally, having the entrepreneurship conference. I was part of a tour of building wealth conferences that we put together. My role and responsibility was, at the time, I was a group subscription sales manager. So I was selling the magazine to large groups, to the fraternities, to the sororities, right, to the social organizations. And that capability of just being around a legend in business, working with books from Johnny and Mike, it was just an excellent opportunity. Additionally, Reginald Lewis, he was, definitely a mentor in that, just seeing him turn a $60 million investment in McCall Patton, a sewing company, $60 million investment in McCall Patton, right? Then he turned that into a $985 million buyout with TLC Beatrice, all right? Became the first Black billionaire as a result of that. The book that he wrote, Why Should White Guys Have All the Fun? When I was at Brinks, I read that book back in like 1987, somewhere thereabouts, right? And
wow.
When I saw that you could make it on Wall Street, he was a Harvard trained lawyer.
Yes.
Short life, only, I think.
But impactful.
50 years of age. But in those 50 years, he just continued. Then being around the Black Enterprise Golf and Tennis Challenge, being around Ken Chenault, American Express, just thought leaders in business. I actually just saw Thomas Deutsch, chairman of 100 Black Men. Used to see him a lot at the Black Enterprise Golf and Tennis Challenge. So just seeing
heavy hitters you putting out there
in business,
just
succeed in life. It encouraged me to say, I want to become an entrepreneur, and I can do it. I can succeed in being an entrepreneur as a result of the path that has been presented. It's been paved.
Yeah.
You watch people, you model after people. You don't have to necessarily be related to them, but read their story.
Yeah.
So when I'm writing my story, people are going to see that now. Okay.
Right.
It's a cycle. And if we do that and we have succession planning, we continue to grow as individuals. We continue to grow as business professionals. And then we can bring the next generation along with us as the previous generations have brought us along.
Absolutely. So one of the questions I always like to ask on the platform, and it's this business, it opens a lot of doors. As you should get a license. We want people to take a serious look at, getting their insurance license. And if they have the insurance license, we want them to take a serious look at utilizing it, to its fullest possibility and capacity. What are some things in this industry has allowed you to do that maybe you didn't know about prior, or that you're like, just, hey, that was pretty cool, and I'm glad I got to do that because I'm in this business?
Well, I'll tell you, when I left Merrill Lynch, I began to learn more of the insurance side of the house. Because when I was at Merrill, I was primarily gathering assets.
Yeah.
Mutual funds, wealth management accounts, right? So when I began to learn the tax advantages of permanent life insurance and the ability to have the capability of developing your own bank and the ability to borrow against your own assets. That was an eye-opening for me. And then now being able to add on a previous skill set or previous concepts of understanding, assets can be here, but assets can be over here too.
That's right.
And having a diversified selection of assets that can help you grow your wealth and sustain your wealth building strategies and not just one area. Not just one area. So I guess, Rod, the biggest area I would say is just having ability to have diversification and selection in different financial resources and different solutions.
Yeah.
Those capabilities. And then understanding, well, how do you protect your estate? Through trust. You put your life insurance policy in a trust and you can protect your estate. All right. So these are the type of things that we have to teach our community. It's one of the areas I've been focusing on recently as well, is going into churches and having seminars about that. Let's take a look at your insurance protection. Here's the importance of establishing a will. All right. Do you know that you can protect your estate through getting a life insurance policy, putting it in a trust, and then protecting your estate that way? So having collaborative efforts with estate planning attorneys. Right, just building your consortium of trusted advisors around you. Those are the type of things that I've benefited and learned. I want to teach others. So I have an agency, so I teach others just what I know. Okay.
Absolutely.
Teach others just what I know.
Absolutely.
So
that's what it's all about. It's because each one teach one, and the reality is you don't know what you don't know. And that's what I find in this space. And one of the reasons that this platform even exists is because personally I feel like once you have a license or you're working in the space, particularly in financial services, but in insurance and in risk management as well, not only are you empowered with information that you can apply to your own life, but you also can take that information and you can help others. And most people actually see it from the standpoint of, oh, well, I can help somebody, I can sell a policy, but you can apply this stuff to you too.
Yes.
Even if you're not, actively, marketing yourself, as an insurance professional or financial services professional, if you have the license, you have the tools, it can work for you directly, right?
It should.
It should.
Right? Practicing what you preach, then it comes back to haunt you.
That's right.
It comes back to haunt you.
That's right. So, at this point, you are going out, you're going into the communities. I know that you're speaking more publicly, and you've been sharing these concepts, with clients, but really making it available for a broader audience. What's the goal now? What for Jason Mary? Like, what's the dream? What's the goal? What's the end game, so to speak?
So I envision, and I am leveraging all that I know, and I'm seeing how I can help, again, the next generation. And I'm continuing to add different skills. Okay. So one of the skills that I'm actually learning and developing another license, and that's an agent license for athletes. Okay. And the recent NIL law that has been passed that gives athletes the capability of leveraging and getting compensated for their name, image, and likeness. All right. They're going to need trusted advisors to really help them navigate.
Absolutely.
So let's say they get this money, right? They need to understand the tax consequences. They also need to understand that, all right, let's say you make it to the pros, and the livelihood of a professional athlete is short-lived in most instances. So let's say you establish yourself where you make $10 million over a short period of time. That $10 million can go if it's not handled properly, or you
That's
don't
right.
have the proper trusted advisors working with you. So I have a goal of being a trusted advisor for these upcoming athletes who need some direction, and also can develop a plan, whereas after their playing days are over, they can develop businesses. I'll give you a perfect example. Jamal Mashburn, Cardinal Hayes graduate, okay, Kentucky graduate. He's done an excellent job of making millions of dollars in the NBA and then developing his ability to leverage his millions and generate businesses. You know, Shaq is another one.
Yeah.
There's different individuals who have successfully leveraged the millions of dollars and have put them to work, and now their generational wealth can continue to be passed down, or they become philanthropists and they can give back to the communities and have an impact.
Yeah.
That's what's on my agenda.
Absolutely. Absolutely. No, I love that. I love that. Like that's actually, you know, really strong, and it's a really a great compliment, you know, to the things that you've done currently, that you can share as well. What before we start to wrap it up here, for someone who is, you know, who is either new, you know, to the business, whether it be on the financial planning and financial services side, or they're on the life and health and on the insurance side, if they're kind of thinking, you know, maybe wondering even if they can do it or should do it, what kind of note, or what kind of message would you give to that person?
I would tell them that, and it is something that I've told, you know, my children, that if you have the capability where you can earn your living versus having to interview for a job and earn a salary for your living, you'll always have the capability of having a living. Let me repeat that. If you have the capability and you can develop that skill to earn your living versus asking for a job, it's a skill that can continue to give you the ability to make money. Right?
That's right.
And
Powerful.
having a license gives you that. Whether it's a life insurance license, whether it's a property and casualty license, whether it's a securities license, or an agent license, an athlete agent license. It doesn't matter. But
That's right.
the ability to earn your income through entrepreneurship efforts is critical, is very key.
Jewels and nuggets, you know, from Mr. Jason Merry. No, I absolutely. Hey, look, you know, I thank you for the time, you know, to share and speak today, sharing that wisdom. For individuals who want to get in contact with you, maybe they're in the New York, New Jersey area. They might be in other parts of the country, but they're listening to what you're saying. Maybe they want to find out more, you know, about, you know, rites of passage and what that means and how it can maybe impact them, maybe impact their young people. They want to get copies of your book. How do people get in contact with Jason Merry?
Oh, well, phone number 201-314-8301. And all of my social media handles are Jason Murray CEO. So through LinkedIn, Instagram, or Facebook, or Twitter, Jason Murray CEO. Those are my handles for social media. And then 201-314-8301.
Jason Merry, CEO, and the number, contacts, we'll have them, you know, in the video and in the bio as well. So you got to do is click a link in the bio. You'll be able to get right to Jason Merry. Hey, Jason, thank you so much, you know, for the time this evening, for sharing, for taking a moment. I know your schedule is busy as well. And for those who are listening in, taking this in, the man just told you, you know, if you have the opportunity to earn your living versus asking for your living, you're going to be in a much better situation. So hopefully you took that to heart and you heard something that has you thinking to yourself in this moment that maybe, you should get a license. Until the next time, take care, and we'll talk soon. Have a great one.